What is going on, guys? Dragon Blade here, back with some more Elder Scrolls Legends. We're going to be taking Action Assassin back onto the ladder, making this late season push to maybe, possibly, hopefully, I don't know. But the goal is to hit rank 4 this season. We've got a couple days left, not really too many by the time this video goes up. But if I can't get it in the videos on season, I'm definitely going to make an incredibly hard push off screen to hopefully get it in. I really want to get to rank 4 so we can start next season off at rank 5. But we'll match up against Blind Moth Turtle. I'm playing Sorcerer. Put back our 2 lightning bolts. Ideally we draw you off of runes, and this is a much more ideal start. Depends on what kind of sorcerer he's playing. Let's see. Do we fish for the firebolt? Let's make him firebolt us. I'm sure that's what's coming. If not, we're setting up a pretty aggressive push for us. Okay.
Hands off my way.
Let's get our Skulk out now. If he didn't have a firebolt before, he definitely has one now. If he plays something with 2 health, like a spell sword or something like that. Sorry about that, my speakers are going a little funky. But I do have the option of Curse finish off here, which I do like. If for nothing else besides keeping the pressure on.
Hands off my wares.
Also will let us get out our Navigator in this lane. We won't draw anything, but we will draw our Smuggler's Hall next turn. So whatever we put on the bottom of the deck, we were 1 turn away from Navigator being the better play, so probably should have waited until next turn, but that's okay. Now the non-ideal part of this is that I'm using my curses on things that aren't great curse targets. But in the interest of kind of trying to be aggressive here, I think I'm just going to keep going. This is looking like a deck that wants to be defensive early on and kind of push you late game. So I think we need to get him low enough to where we only have a little bit more damage to do come in.
Be your shell and keep you safe.
Gonna trigger the ally. Hopefully we can trigger our ally next turn, which will allow us to firebolt and then swing with our schemer.
Let's shed some light.
That is what happens. Very thankful for that. That'll let us smash that into there. We'll draw another schemer. That's the nice thing about getting these schemers going. If he lightning bolts, it's probably going to be the Skulk, because he doesn't want this to keep grabbing stuff. It's actually not going to be the Skulk.
Nice try.
And then our schemer will come back out. Hopefully the Skulk can keep living, because this schemer can do great things. He's going to take that out. Got 6 Magicka to answer us. Okay. That's going to get Cursed Lightning Bolted. Or do we... Smugglers is way too risky. But it does let us draw something else. I can curse, swing, swing. No, I don't like that. Should get our last... Oh, I guess we already drew all our curses. I'm just going to go face with it.
I have you now.
And then we will cycle at Thieves Guild Recruit. Pull our Market, which will put us up into decent finishing range here. He's got to start cleaning up. We've got too much pressure on the board. He's got 7 Magicka, which means Nahagleaf can come out, but we've got decent presence in both lanes. This is obviously the weaker of the 2 lanes. He's got to take this out. Or just Shacklet, I guess. No, he's not. Right, there's the takeout we were expecting. Okay, so how are we going to do this one? think we just hit. Or do we fish for curses with Smuggler's Hall? I think that's reasonable. And then worst case scenario, we just don't do anything with our... Okay, so this is obviously getting killed. Play our Dwarven Spider down. And then... I think we Healing Hands this. It's actually 6 damage here. I'm still going to play the safe way. Going about it this way means next turn I can double market suppress. I'm waiting for opponent to reconnect. He either lost connection or just quit. I guess we'll find out what happened. But our options for next turn are, again, if we draw a low action, we can Hexmage suppress and then other action. We have double market suppress to do 2 damage, meaning we only need one of these 4, or one of these 3, I guess, to swing. We can also go for, I guess, Arcanist and then kind of see what happens. But it's looking like he may have either quit or just closed out his game. We shall see. Hopefully the turn timer continues while it says waiting for opponent to reconnect. I don't really know how that works. But let's see. So definitely, this is kind of how I wanted this game to go. Seeing some of the early turn plays he had, where they were mostly guards and just kind of more defensive plays early on, it made me think that this is the kind of deck that wants to just kind of stall out to the late game. Almost like a Ramp Sorcerer, but not quite, especially with all these guards he's playing. So my goal was to get him in that 10-ish health range by the time we got to this late game, so we could set up stuff like Double Market and Smuggler's Hall, or something like Hexmage or something else. That's kind of where you want to be against a slower deck when you're playing Action Assassin, is kind of get them within range to be kind of bursted down towards the end there. So let's get another one. That went actually pretty well. Hopefully this second one doesn't go terribly. Oh, I get so thirsty when I'm talking on camera. So yeah, like I keep saying it, but the goal right now is rank 4. I'm sure most of you have been Legend 12,000 times already, but we're going to make it to rank 4 eventually. Just hoping it's this season. We're going to match against a mage. My matchups against mage have gone in 2 directions. The first one has been super hyper ultra aggressive, and I've died by like turn 5. And the other one has been super snail's glacial pace, and I usually lose by turn 11-12 when they play Manticore Marak into Odahviing for the loss. This is looking like it might be a slower deck, so getting these guys online and not having them executed could be potentially pretty huge. Getting these curses online means that if we can get Hexmage out, we have potential to kind of burn him a little bit. Being that I drew into a second Lightning Bolt here, I'm going to go ahead and use it on this guy. So like I said, right now we're just trying to stockpile cheap actions for the point where if we get a Hexmage out, we want to be able to, like this right here, 1 Hexmage, this is 6 damage. Not to mention all of the cleanup you're doing on the field, but 1 Hexmage, this is allowing you 6 damage.
Let's do this.
He doesn't trigger the Firebolt, which definitely sucks for him. Unfortunately for us, we're out of stuff to pilfer. Which I guess is a good thing 4 turns in if you've already drawn all your curses. What we can do is Cunning Ally. I don't even know if Cunning Ally matters either way. I might just go Arcanist and then just Curse Swing. Actually, I might just go Arcanist and swing anyway. Probably should have We're going to get Lightning Bolted here, but Arcanist is one of the few cards I don't mind kind of putting out there as Lightning Bolt bait, as he's actually going to hang on to it. What does that tell me? If he trades with the Skulk with this, trying to get a favorable, I have 3 curses or a finish off. I'm just trying to set up to get our Hex Mage going in a good way. We'll see what his turn 5 play is, though. This is where we need to get moving. We're at decent damage for turn, or our 4 turns in. But we definitely need to get moving a little bit. Double cursing this is going to be fantastic. Let's get our damage in.
Can't you see I'm busy?
I think we go ally.
Let's shed some light.
We will trigger that. Pretty awesome. Which means that I cannot feel bad about doing this. And having Lightning Bolt in hand with some of these actions, these are all great utility cards. They play off of... I'm getting wiped. They play off of both Hex Mage and... Smuggler's Market pretty flawlessly. So we have the option to just Smugglers now and possibly draw into Market next turn. Or even if we draw into Hex Mage, this gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's okay. If we draw Hex Mage or Market next turn, we have a bunch of damage coming at him, which again is where we want to be.
Let's dance.
It's okay.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
Less okay. There's our Shaman. We have... Definitely gonna get him out. Definitely gonna get him out.
Looking to make a purchase?
We're gonna get rid of that. And I'm gonna continue to slow play it. Trying to set up for a burst turn. If he does start doing some damage to us, it's not the worst thing. But we also have to be careful about packing a lane, because he could have another Ice Storm. Obviously packing the lane doesn't help against Ice Storm, but he could have Manticora soon, Dawn's Wrath. Javelin's not the worst thing, though. We are desperately hoping to see a Hex Mage or a Market soon.
Hands off my wares.
Kind of want him to pop that rune. But I think for the draw, we'll just go Daggers in the Dark. Yeah, that was 2 actions. I needed that second one. If he wants to pop this second rune, that's fine. I think he's obviously going to see this as a threat, so if he has that Lightning Bolt, that's fine. We have a Lightning Bolt for that. That's less fine. But we can Firebolt, Lightning Bolt that. There's our Market. Let's get our damage in first.
Hands off my wares.
Now I don't think it matters what he has. Unless it's a healing potion. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's that burst we were talking about. That's what we were saving up for. We were waiting for that moment to be able to push him for that last bit of damage. And that's basically the mistake that I was making early on playing this deck, is I wasn't waiting for that moment. I was using all of my resources too early, partially because of how salty I was, but I was using all my resources and I was finding myself with no way to answer anything. So that's really when the deck is working well right there. But I think that was 2. So we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. We are, I think, 2 games away from hitting rank 4. So if we can have one more perfect episode, hopefully we can do that. But I'm going to go ahead and end things for now, guys. As always, thank you all very, very much for watching. I'm Dragon Tamer Blade, and I will see you guys next time.